Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of Garo Vanishing, which is on episode 22. Whew. Well, almost getting close to the end, everyone. I'm pretty shocked myself. So, if anything else, let's just get this started. We had to it that Sophie could only watch in great horror to see that her brother has been devoured and can no longer, let's see, whatchamacallit, get out of that King Horror's body. Apparently, Sophie's brother, Martin Hennis, was trying to reach for Sophie, but apparently gets pulled back in and absorbed. He tried using his hand to get out, but his hand gets eaten. Sword arrives right on time and saves Sophie, apparently, and they almost got, killed by a bunch of surrounded horrors, but thanks to, Zarba, who apparently got repaired thanks to Gina's help and the Land of the Realms whatsoever, he is back way better and much faster motorcycle for Sword, and much good looking. Just saying. But eventually, after seeing that the king sees Sword and Sophie escape, he says, no matter what you do, there's nothing you can do about it. While the king goes into his possibly actual loving world, he ends up using the El Dorado net or something to absorb all the people's souls, whoever has them on their phone, apparently. And it's already causing major trouble for everyone in the globe in general. And it's not looking so good. And we have to it that Sword reunites with Gina and Luke, and he explains the whole thing, what happened with Sophie. And they are pretty surprised and shocked about this, and it kind of upsets a couple things here and there. We had to it that Zarba does have a little small talk with Sophie when she was at the freaking lake or giant ocean by herself, staring at it and wondering to herself. Zarba, on the other hand, says, there are a couple things here and there, maybe gave her a little small talk or speech to give her, and eventually Sophie has a will to go after Zarba told Sophie that Sword, Gina, and Luke are planning to take on the king by themselves without having you to be involved because you already suffered too much already. But Sophie's pendant that she got from Gina or something, some kind of little stone whatsoever, when it started to glow, it looks like she has a will of her own to keep going or something. I do not know what's really bound to happen next, but one thing was sure, Sophie says she wants to come along with Sword, Gina, and Luke to finish all this. Of course, Gina was really concerned, but she ends up having to hug Sophie, maybe to see how she's grown or something. And we had to it that Sword has Sophie come along in his motorcycle that Zarba is in currently, which is pretty sick. We had to it that Gina actually kissed Sword, to my greatest shock and surprise. I mean, I only see Gina and Sword as friends, I thought they were just friends and allies, but when that kiss came along, I don't know if it's a way to motivate him by telling him, you owe me one, you better stay alive, and I'll see you next time. But apparently their happy moment gets interrupted by the Dark Knight, the Dark Makai Knight, along with the Queen, who apparently summoned everything she's got with her alchemist powers or horror to face all of them are. But apparently Luke and Gina tell Sword and Sophie to go on ahead while they will distract them. I better not see those two die or critically injured to a point they can't fight anymore because I really love these characters very much. Luke, on the other hand, he's grown so much. Gina, she's just a hot babe as usual, and Sword, on the other hand, he's just super boss, okay? And Sophie, she has a role to play at long last. Even though she has this damsel in distress by saying, help me all the time, she still has a ways of having to grow as a person despite what has come to her during her travels and adventures with Sword and Gina. Anyways, thought the episode was pretty cool. Looking forward to the next one, but it looks like to me Gina and Luke are already in a slight pinch of trouble in the corner. So I don't know how this is going to turn out, but one thing for sure, there's only a couple episodes left. There's 23 and 24, and that's about it. So whatever bounds to happen next, we'll have to find out. So until then, I'll see you guys in my next video. So I'm Alpha Zero, people. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Doo-doo-doo!